Hello good people, welcome so much to Cooking with Mary Hope. I really appreciate that you've clicked onto this video. My channel is all about sharing amazing recipe. Hope everyone is doing good. I'm also fine. So today guys, you're going to be preparing beef stew recipe. So kindly please stick up to the end as I share with you this amazing recipe, and if you watch up to the end, kindly please go and try out the recipe and tell me about the outcome. Welcome. These are the ingredients I'll be using. I have my meat on bone, I have a cup of green peas, 1 piece of carrot, 1 piece of green bell peppers, 2 medium-sized onion, 2 medium-sized tomato, coriander leaves, and the seasonings here that I'll be using, I'll mention them in the description box, and also I will be using dark mushroom soy sauce. So these are the ingredients that we will be using. So kindly please let us start cooking. First, we'll start by washing our beef, and after we have washed our beef, we are going to put it in the cooking pot and allow it to simmer. And at this point, we are not going to add in any water. We'll just allow the meat to simmer until the soup has completely dried out. It's going to produce its own soup. We spread it out nicely in the cooking pot, we cover it, and then allow it to simmer until the soup has completely dried out. How it should look. The beef is completely dry, so we are going to remove it from the cooking pot. We put the beef in a cleaner bowl, and then we go to the next step. The next step, we fry our onions. We use the same cooking pot we simmered our meat. My mantra when it comes to stews: cook your onions until they have turned to golden brown. They add flavor to the stew. The same mantra we will apply to our beef stew. The onions have to turn to golden brown. We spread them out nicely in the cooking pot. We cook them until they have turned to golden brown. After our onions have turned to golden brown, we are going to put in our beef, and then we stir them nicely so that the onion and the beef can mix up very well. So we are going to mix them well, and then we add in water. And on adding the water, don't put too much water, just put water until it's at the level with the beef, and then we are going to allow it to simmer for 15 minutes, or I can say allow it to simmer until the water it is about to dry out. Not completely dry out, but just about to dry out. As you can see from the video, this is what I meant. Don't allow your soup to dry out completely, just to be at this level. Then the next step, we are going to put in our tomato and the vegetables, that is the green pepper and the carrots, and also we are going to put in the seasonings. We are going to spread them nicely in the cooking pot, and then you are going to add in water. Don't put too much water, just put water until it has come to the level with the stew, because we just want the vegetables and the seasonings to cook well, and then we are going to the next step. Now, after 10 minutes, you mix the stew nicely so that the vegetables together with the seasonings can mix up well. And at this point, the stew was giving out a very nice aroma. Someone will feel like just grabbing a piece and you just eat it like right now. So we are going to add in water, and at this point you are going to put enough water because we are going to allow the meat to simmer until it has become tender. This will take roughly around 30 minutes to 45. We are going to put in our bay leaves, our soy sauce. I'm going only to use 1.5 teaspoon of soy sauce, and also we are going to put salt to taste. Ensure that you have put enough water because you are going to allow the beef to simmer until it has become tender. I can say 30 minutes to 45, it will be enough. Your meat will be tender. Maybe if your meat is so hard, it will take maybe around an hour. An hour will be enough. What I'm having here is a mixture of water and cornstarch. Cornstarch is an ingredient that is used to thicken soup. So the ratio we will use to our beef stew is 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to 1 cup of water, and then we will mix for it to give us a slurry as the one you can see from the video. In the remaining 15 minutes of our cook time, that is when we put the slurry in the beef stew, and we have to let it boil for 15 minutes. For those who are not aware of cornstarch, it is a very fine flour and snow white in color. You can just find it at any supermarket or just a local shop anywhere. You will just find cornstarch, and don't confuse it with corn flour. Corn flour, it is a bit yellow, but cornstarch, it is very snow white in color. 15 minutes to our cook time, we put in the slurry and the green peas. And whenever you're using the cornstarch slurry, kindly please ensure that it boils very nicely so that it can mix up well with the stew. Maximum of 20 minutes is the best. I can say that it's going to mix up well with the stew, and you're going to get a very thick stew. So we have to let it boil for 20 minutes, and then our beef stew will be ready. Look at the thickness of that soup. I really love it, and that is because of the cornstarch slurry. So at this point, my beef has already boiled for 20 minutes after we have put our slurry, so it is ready. So we are going to switch off our cooker, and then we put in the coriander leaves. We give it a quick stir so that it mixes up well with the stew, and then we allow the beef stew to cool, and it is ready to serve. Don't forget to remove the bay leaf. We serve our beef stew. You can decide on whatever accompaniment that you need in order to have your beef stew. Ugali, chapati, rice, chips, whatever that you feel is favorable for you. And also, I will indicate the measurement that I used on the description box. Kindly please go check on the description box, and also the tips in order to get the best beef stew recipe as the one you can see from the video. Thank you very much, my people. If you have watched up to this point, I really appreciate. Please ensure that you have hit the subscription button and also like the video. If you have watched up to this point, this means that you like my content. Kindly please support my content by liking the video and also by subscribing. I will really appreciate. Thank you so much. I really appreciate, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.